variable costing. So this is just the method game, number game, right? So can you play with those numbers and show that, okay, we have made a huge progress? You can do that. In first year, you opt for absorption costing, and in second year, you say that, okay, I made this income statement through variable costing. Because this is inside factory, you can do anything. But if boss or managers are smart, they know that what you are doing. But if you're showing someone else your performance, you can do that. If the other person don't know all this stuff, he would be very impressed that, okay, in first year you are also giving us me profit, and next increased inflated profit, and next year you're also giving me inflated profit. But the real sense is you are just switching off between these two costing methods, right? So what we have learned is that in first year, absorption costing profit is higher, variable costing profit is lower. In second year, it is opposite. Absorption costing profit is lower, variable costing profit is higher. Exactly the same amount, with the difference between first year variable costing and absorption costing profits. Right? So here we go. So if you see the net profits, difference is also 30,000. And I already explained you what are the reasons. So if we compare the two methods, so which method is good? If we compare the total profit for 2 years, answer would be the same. 350,000 profit. 120,000 in first year, 230,000 in second year, 90,000 in first year, 260,000 in second year. Right? So do we have the argument to argue which method is good or bad? So here we go. So this is basically the summary that we have just discussed. And let's talk about that. If unit produced and units sold are equal, no change, it means both profit, absorption and variable costing profit, are same. If unit produced are greater than unit sold, you produce more, it means you have ending inventory, right? If you have ending inventory, then absorption costing profit will be higher than variable costing. And if you don't have ending inventory, which means unit produced are lower than units sold are greater, you don't have any ending inventory. In this case, absorption costing profit will be lower, variable costing profit will be higher. So you don't have to make all these variable costing, contribution margin, income statement approach, and the absorption costing income statement approach. You can just look at the scene. In first year, they sold 20,000, right? In second year, they sold 30,000, but they produced 25,000 each. In first year, production is higher than sales. It means this second scenario trigger. Absorption costing profit will be higher than variable costing. Next year, 30,000, they sold 30,000, which triggered the third option here. Units sold, they are greater than unit produced. It means variable costing will be, or profit will be higher than absorption costing method. Right, Chandra, Aroni, Min?
Yes.
Christine? David?
Sense.
Yeah. Yes.
Well done, well done. Let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of both. So, if cumulative, sorry, if 2 years cumulative profit is the same, then the argument says that which method is best. So the opponents of absorption costing argue that shifting fixed cost, especially fixed manufacturing overhead, between period and product cost can lead to faulty decision. Whatsoever manufacturing costs, manufacturing overhead, whether this is fixed or variable, what does it mean? It happens or it belongs to factory. It should be added into product cost. While the variable cost, they argue that it's easier to understand the net income changes, sorry, net operating income changes, and we can do CVP analysis, because CVP analysis, we can find out what happens to the profit if we change the sales units, if we change the variable cost, what will happen if we control the fixed cost, right? So it provide more meaningful, information to managers, and managers' expectations are very consistent. So decision making is that treating fixed manufacturing overhead as a variable cost can lead to faulty decisions and faulty keep or drop order. If we use absorption costing unit cost was 16, variable cost was 10. So it leads us faulty pricing decision and keep or drop decisions, whether we should keep this product, whether we should outsource this product. So it leads us faulty decision. Assigning per fixed unit manufacturing overhead cost potentially produce positive net income. You are very, very excited that, okay, if you use absorption costing, we will be having more net income. But potentially positive net operating income even when the number of units sold is less than the break-even point. In real sense, because break-even point analysis does include the CVP analysis and income, contribution margin approach. But if you are not using that one, maybe you are getting the profit, but you are below your break-even. That is amazing. It means you are producing below break-even, but the numbers are showing that you are getting profit. Right? So, but external reporting purposes, GAAP allows you to go for absorption costing. It means you need to publish your net income on the basis of absorption costing for outside world. But law doesn't say that you also need to publish or make reports on the basis of absorption costing to your internal use. So internal use, managers make contribution margin format, which follows the variable costing approach. For external reporting purposes, they are using the absorption costing approach. Sale minus cost of goods sold is equal to gross profit margin, less selling and admin, they find out net operating income, right? So advantage of using contribution margin approach are many. We already discussed in CVP analysis as well. So it is consistent with CVP analysis. It gives more meaningful information to management. Net operating income is closer to cash flow. So in our accounting classes, we talked about that profit is different than cash flow. But if we were following the variable costing approach, our net income is very close to cash flow as well. It means whatever is mentioned on the income statement using contribution margin approach, that is actually equal to our cash transaction as well, right? So it is also consistent with the flexible budgeting and standards as well. And then impact is that impact of fixed costs on profit emphasized. So recall our discussion regarding what happened if we change a small portion of fixed cost in CVP analysis, we see a huge drop in profit. So you can see its impact. So profit is not varied by changes in inventory, right? If you use variable cost, profit is not affected by changes in inventory. So you 2 years profit is the same, whether in absorption costing, whether in variable costing. Plus, it is easier to estimate the profitability, right, of each segment as well, because we have different data. This is the fixed cost of this department. This is the variable cost of this department. So we can do different. If we just combine all this, absorb into a one big giant pool of cost, it is very hard for us to find out whether this segment is profitable or not. Okay, so we would be having our assignment 4 regarding this variable costing. I would be uploading it. right after this class. And remember, its due date is before the next class, and in next class we will be having our exam. So exam pattern is the same. You already done different subjects with me, so I will be uploading part 1, which includes MCQs and true false. Majority of the exam going to be tested through the concepts, and then I would be uploading part 2, which includes the numerical part, like what we do in our breakout room activities, assignment like questions, right? So please practice as many questions as you can. Review all our illustration and breakout room activities, and review all our assignment questions as well, right? Any question regarding our paper pattern? Of course, I would be uploading the part 1 answer sheet as well, and I would be very restricted and very much strict in submission of part 1. I hope you already know that why I do that, because I need to maintain justice and equity so that hardworking students should, they should be rewarded. Any question regarding our exam pattern? Chandra, Min, Arone, David, Christine? Okay, if you have any question, please do ask. And if not, then please take care. Best of luck with our midterm exam. Midterm exam is going to be in our next class, same day. And we have assignment to submit as well. Okay, take care. Best of luck. Stay safe. Bye-bye.